Hey there, improv tipsters. Well, this is improv tip number 100. I'm not going to say the last improv tip because, you know, if something really great comes up and I want to tell it to you, I'm going to tell it to you because I want to share with you guys. That's why I started this whole thing in the first place. But this is sort of like the ending of the weekly improv tip journey that we've been on together. And I want to, first of all, before I say my final tip, I just want to say the quote-unquote final tip. I just want to say thank you to everyone for watching. Thanks for all of your comments and thanks for engaging with me on this stuff. It has been so exciting and interesting and challenging, and I love when someone disagrees with the tip and they're like, hey, no, I don't think that's the case at all, or what about this? You said this, but then this other thing. You know, that's really interesting to me, and that's been really fun to deal with those comments and really sort of have to explore what it is that I really think about this. It's really helped me sharpen up my ideas about improv, and it's been a real joy sharing them with you. It's also been a real joy being able to bring you all the guest tipsters and all their different points of view on the work. It's really, there's a bunch of the tips that I've taken to heart, and I would hear a tip in specific. I know Brian Palermo's tip really resonated with me, and I told him, like, hey, I heard your tip, and I started doing it in my class that night. Yes, 100%. So that's been really great to interact with other improvisers and be able to sort of talk with them, a little shop talk. It's been really great. I'd also like to thank my wife and kids for giving me the time and the space to make these tips. I know they seem pretty simple, but it's tricky for me to do them, and I really love doing it, but it takes a little bit of time. So thank you to them. You can also check out my wife's tip, being emotional. I'll post the link for it, of course. And then finally, and most importantly, I would like to thank you guys, the viewers, for sticking with it. 100 tips, man. That's pretty amazing. That's like almost 2 years of tips every week, and it has been a joy. And I've seen other sort of tip videos and channels and podcasts that emerge, and there's so much information out there now, as opposed to when I was starting out in improv, and I think that's super exciting, and I hope that you guys take advantage of all of those things. So what is my final tip for tonight? I think this. You know, Dell used to tell us that being funny is not really the sort of point of improv. Sometimes, especially new students, want to say, well, what's the point or what's the purpose of improv? And I don't think that improv has a purpose. I think that improv is like a medium, like paint. You know, and once you learn how to mix the paint and apply it to the canvas in certain ways where it's sort of, you know, you sort of have a command of that medium, then you can use it to express anything you want. And you know, I think Del felt that we shouldn't, that laughter, yes, we can get the audience to laugh, but what else? What else can we get them to feel? Horror, sadness, joy, happiness, transcendence, all of these things. You know, and I think that if I had one sort of thing to impart to you as we sort of you know, sort of move on to the next step, it's challenge yourselves to let the work be more than just funny. I mean, funny is great, and funny is a fantastic goal or a fantastic byproduct of what we do, but I think it's so much more than that. And so to drive that point home, I have this little video I'm going to put on here of Del Close himself improvising a monologue about the suggestion Del Close. It's like, it's layers upon layers. But I think that when you see him do it, it'll really drive home this point. So, ladies and gentlemen, please sit back, relax, and enjoy Del Close in his own words.
He was a young comedian. He didn't know what he was doing. He got into show business for all the wrong reasons. Ego satisfaction, the fact that it was too easy. Very easy to impress. Very easy to generate a little easy charisma. But then he began to learn. You asshole, you began to learn. You stayed in your work too long until it was too late. And then you began to realize what you'd gotten yourself into. You surprised him. You took a step he didn't expect, and you committed him to something that frightens him to death. Thou art my higher nature, and I have become thee, much to my surprise. I know who thou art. Thou comest and takest my body and my mind and uses it for thy purposes with my wholehearted permission. I am Nyarlathotep, the messenger. I am not what he expected to become. There is no enlightenment or reward in this life for me, Nyarlathotep. I am the messenger. I am the channel. I am his final doom. I am the door through which you will pass, but he may not. But he understands. I am Nyarlathotep, the messenger. Nothing less, but nothing more.